October. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. Pumpkin, pumpkin, moon. Pumpkin, pumpkin, moon. Pumpkin, pumpkin, moon. Good job. October 12th. Feeling scared. Something was wrong with Theo. Instead of kicking a ball around the playground, he was just leaning against a wall. When Diego got close, he could see that his best friend was actually trembling. "Are you sick?" asked Diego. "Should I take you to the school nurse?" "Yes, please," groaned Theo. "Then I won't have to do this stupid talk in front of the class." "What's the talk about?" asked Diego. "Fast cars," said Theo. "But you know so much about them," said Diego, surprised. "What's the problem?" "I'm scared, okay?" snapped Theo. "What if I make a mistake? What if I get everything wrong? What if everyone laughs at me?" "I have an idea," Diego said. "Why don't you practice the talk in front of me? I won't laugh if you get anything wrong. Then, when you do your talk, you'll know exactly what to say." "All right," said Theo, and he practiced in front of Diego. Later, when Theo spoke in front of the class, his voice trembled at first, but his talk was great. "Phew," he said to Diego. "That was easier than I thought. I feel great now. When can I do it again?" That evening, there was a thunderstorm. Lightning flashed, thunder boomed. After a really loud roll of thunder, Diego heard a small sob. It was his sister, Rosie. She was hiding behind the sofa, crying softly. "Hey," said Diego, crouching down beside his sister. "Do you know what thunder and lightning really are?" Rosie shook her head. "Not really," she whispered. "I just know that I'm scared and I want the storm to stop." "When ice, hail, and rain and storm clouds rub together, they make a lot of electricity," Diego said. "Lightning is the flash that happens when the electricity jumps around." "What about thunder?" asked Rosie. "That's just the sound the lightning makes," said Diego. "We hear it later because light travels a lot faster than sound." It's not safe to stand under a tree or in a big open space in a storm, but we're safe here. Come on, let's watch it through the window. Right then, a zigzag of lightning lit the sky. "Wow!" gasped Rosie. "That's amazing!" That weekend, Diego decided to visit his grandpa, who lived nearby. "Do you want to come?" he asked his friend Manish. "Grandpa always has lots of snacks," he added with a wink. "But doesn't he have a dog, too?" asked Manish. Diego nodded. "He's called Barney. He's cool." "Oh," said Manish, his face falling. "Don't you like dogs?" asked Diego, puzzled. "Not really," replied Manish. "They scare me a little." "Some dogs can be loud and scary at first," said Diego. "But Barney's a great dog. He never growls and he doesn't bark much, either. Actually, the worst you can expect is a good licking." "I'm still not sure," said Manish. "Come on, I'll introduce you," said Diego. Diego's grandpa opened the door. "Hi, boys," he said, grinning widely. Barney stood at his feet, wagging his tail furiously. "Be warned, Manish," said Diego's grandpa. "This is the goofiest dog you will ever meet." At first, Manish stayed away from Barney, but after watching Diego play with him, he bravely tried petting Barney. "See," said Diego, "dogs aren't so bad when you get to know them." And Manish laughed as Barney licked his hand. That night, it was Diego's turn to be scared. He lay in bed thinking of the spooky movie he'd seen that afternoon in the movie theater. There were monsters hiding under the bed. What if monsters were hiding under his bed? "Rah," whispered Diego in a very small voice in case the monsters heard him. And even though moonlight shone outside, it was so dark in Diego's bedroom, shadows of ogres and giants loomed on the wall, swaying to and fro. Diego didn't think he would ever get to sleep. Diego hid under the covers, hugging his teddy tightly. Then he began to think of Theo, Rosie, and Manish. They'd all been scared of something like he was now. If he could help them feel better, couldn't he help himself feel better too? Taking a deep breath, Diego grabbed the flashlight on his bedside table and shone it bravely under the bed. All he saw was a pile of board games. There wasn't a single monster. Next, he pulled back the curtains and saw a tall tree swaying in the wind. It was making the shadows on Diego's wall, not ogres and giants. Diego smiled and switched off his flashlight. Now that he knew there was nothing to be scared of, maybe he would go to sleep after all. There you are. That is feeling scared.